Hey, good morning, all of you. So, in the previous class, we discussed about magnetic moment of a current carrying coil and how to derive an expression for magnetic moment to be a current carrying coil, right? And so, now in today's class, let us see some another important relation regarding this magnetic moment here. It means we calculate the ratio of magnetic moment to angular momentum of a current carrying coil here. So, let us see about this calculation here. So that means now here I am taking, let us consider this first problem here. So that means now this is a non-conducting ring having some charge Q is distributed over it. Now suppose it is rotating about its own axis with angular velocity omega here. Now we need to calculate the ratio of magnetic moment to angular momentum. So write this, mass of this is M. So write that problem. A non-conducting ring, a non-conducting circular ring of radius r and mass M carries a charge Q distributed on it. Carries a charge Q distributed uniformly on it. Distributed uniformly on it. Find, when a ring is rotating about its own axis with angular velocity omega, when the ring is rotating about its own axis omega, then find the ratio of magnetic moment to angular momentum. Magnetic moment to angular momentum, right? So we already defined the magnetic momentum, and in the first year itself in rotating motion we discussed about the angular momentum. Now we are going to find the ratio of those two quantities here. So to define the magnetic moment, we need to define the current here, right? Because that magnetic moment is defined as I into A. So I value we need to define here. So for this rotating rings, we already defined this I value in current electricity here. So this current we can write it as this is a current here. So the current I is equal to Q by T. We need to write that T generally we express like this, 2 pi by omega for all rotating objects. So when angular velocity is given to us, we can write this current like this. So now this is a current flowing, equivalent current flowing in that circular orbit there, right? And so therefore this magnetic moment we can write this as so magnetic moment of this ring we can write it as magnetic moment M is equal to, so what we can write is I into A. So that means now I can write this as I is Q omega by 2 pi into this pi r square, right, that area, and therefore this magnetic moment you can write this as Q omega into r square by 2 you can write. So this is a magnetic moment here. So this magnetic moment, let us take this as equation 1. So next we need to write this angular momentum. So angular momentum we need to write here. So angular momentum L is equal to, do you remember the formula for angular momentum? Angular momentum of this rotating objects. So we write like I into omega. This I is moment of inertia. So let us take this value as, then you may consider it as small I, or let it be this I dash here. I am taking this as some I dash current. So now that I is a moment of inertia of the ring. So I omega is nothing but angular momentum of this rotating objects then. So therefore this L value we can write as I is nothing but moment of inertia of the ring is mr square into omega. So now this is our angular momentum. Now just find the ratio of our required value here. So that is M by L now we are finding here, magnetic moment to angular momentum. So the magnetic moment is Q omega r square by 2 by M r square omega, right? Therefore this M by L is equal to Q by 2M. So this is an important ratio here, you need to remember. This ratio of magnetic moment to angular momentum is an important ratio, and it's constant actually here. The important in the sense it will be a constant for any object here. So if the distribution of mass and charge are similar, then we can say that this m by L is constant for any object, we can say that, right? For any object, then you can conclude that this object, this ratio will be a similar, that means constant q by m, q by 2m, where q is the charge distributed on it and m is the mass of this object here, the ratio of this magnetic moment to angular momentum. Just after this, just mention that or write that as a note here. So write that note. Therefore, the ratio of magnetic moment to angular momentum of angular momentum is the ratio of magnetic moment to angular momentum is m by L is equal to q by 2m. It is same for all objects. It is same for all objects, right? So that means that ratio will be constant here. That ratio will be constant. It is constant for any object there, right? And even from the considering from the micro level, like from electron to any large big objects like a disk or a rod, for any such objects also it will be a constant only. Now let's write for an electron here. Let us verify for an electron there. So now that here only let us write this as the next problem here. So let us say it is revolving, this electron is revolving in a circular orbit here. So write that when an electron is revolving in a circular orbit of radius r, find the ratio of magnetic moment to angular momentum. Find the ratio of magnetic moment to angular momentum. So lot of problems will be there based on this ratio here, and we will discuss the some of the important problems in today's class. So but lot of problems will be there based on this ratio. And so now here what we can write is the same calculation here. The magnetic moment we can write it as magnetic moment m is equal to I into pi r square, we can write Ia, that I means small I am taking there. So I into pi r square, and so then this value we can write it as E by 2 pi into 2 pi by omega, that omega I am writing here, into pi r square. So therefore it is E omega r square by 2, and then angular momentum is angular momentum L is equal to, it is just a particle there, so moment of inertia is mr square, we need to write point mass moment of inertia formula mr square into omega, right? So then write the ratio here, this magnetic moment to angular momentum A omega r square by 2 by this angular momentum mr omega square, you can mr square omega you can write here, and therefore this value will be m by L is equal to E by 2m, right? So that will be the magnetic moment of an that means the ratio of magnetic moment to angular momentum here. That means it will be valid for this even electron also there. That means even for the electron also, such as small objects also, this ratio will be valid there, right? And so now let us see some problems based on the same calculations here, similar calculations. So next write that problem there. A charge Q is distributed. Uniformly on a rod of length L and mass M. On a rod of length L and mass M. If the rod is rotating about an axis passing through one end, if the rod is rotating about an axis passing through one end with angular velocity omega, then find the ratio of magnetic moment to angular momentum. The ratio of magnetic moment to its angular momentum. So that means for this also let us verify here so that you will get the more clarity about that. So now here if you are taking this for this, how to calculate this magnetic moment here. That means suppose if they ask magnetic moment only for this, then you can use that relation. By using that relation you can calculate directly m is equal to E by that means Q by 2m into L also you can write here. So but our question is to find that, to prove that ratio here. So that means now we are going to calculate this magnetic moment first here. So for that magnetic moment first you may write this current flowing through this orbit here. That means current flowing you can write this as, for this let us consider this small element here. Let us consider this element is at a distance of x from this and this is dx here, right? And so now this, for this you can write this magnetic moment as di, current through that small element I am writing here, dq by 2 pi by omega. Current due to this small element we are writing here. That means this small element will move in a circular path here of radius x, right? And so when the rod is rotating, so current due to that small element we are writing here, so which is q by 2 pi into omega, dq by, so dq into omega by 2 pi, and the dq value also can substitute there actually, so that I can write this as dq value q by L into dx into omega by 2 pi. So that is our dq expression there. Q by L is charge per unit length into length of that element. Now let us write the magnetic moment due to that small element here. So magnetic moment due to small element. So the magnetic moment due to this small element I can write as dm is equal to di into pi into x square. Right? That means di is a current due to this in that circular orbit into pi into x square. So let us substitute that values there and then integrate. So q omega by 2 pi L into dx, this is totally our di value, into pi x square. So this pi value can cancel there, therefore this dm is equal to q omega by 2L into x square dx. So you can integrate this equation here, this is from 0 to L. So therefore this magnetic moment m is equal to, you can write that magnetic moment as q omega by 2L into, this will be L cube by 3 you will get, right? Therefore this is q omega L square by 6 you will get. So there is a magnetic moment here. So actually our question is to find the ratio here, that means to prove that ratio is q by 2m. If suppose if the question is just only about this magnetic moment calculation here, if they are asking only magnetic moment due to that rod, then no need of doing all this calculation, that's directly you can use this relation here. You can use this relation, that means m by L is equal to q by 2m. Now L means I omega, you can write, you know the I of this rotating rod here, that I is nothing but this means I is moment of inertia is nothing but ml square by 3. ml square by 3 into omega if you write, then you will get the magnetic moment, this expression there, right? Let us see that ratio here, we are proving that ratio now, and therefore this angular momentum is equal to L is equal to I omega, therefore this L is equal to I is nothing but ml square by 3 into omega, and therefore write this ratio here m by L. So q omega L square by 6 by ml square by omega by 3. So this value we can write as m by l is equal to q by 2m. So that l square omega will be cancelled there, right? So that means now in this case also we proved that one here. So that means we proved that that ratio is q by 2m, right? So now let us see the next problem here based on this. Or sometimes they will give only the point charges are placed on this ends here. Then they will ask this magnetic moment. Then also you can calculate it in a similar way. So next I am giving the case like only these 2 point charges are placed here. This is say one point charge q and is another point charge q are placed at the ends of a rod. Now it is rotated with angular velocity omega here. This length is L, total length is L. And now find this ratio of magnetic moment to angular momentum, or let us calculate the magnetic moment of that system there. The 2 point charges are rotating here, they are fixed on this rod here. Now we need to calculate this magnetic moment of that system. And next here let us write this another problem. So write the next problem. The surface charge density of a disk, circular disk of radius r and mass m is sigma. Radius r and mass m is sigma. If the disk is rotating about its own axis, with angular velocity omega, then find its magnetic moment. Is it clear? Now only the magnetic moment calculation here. Now the disk is rotating with angular velocity omega, and just we need to calculate this magnetic moment here. So I will explain both the methods here. By using that ratio you can calculate simply, or the general procedure also I will explain here. Both the methods I will explain now. And so now we consider this a circular small element here. So let us consider a small element here. So this is a small element which we are considering. Let us take the radius of this element as r and its width is dr. Let us consider here. So now we calculate the magnetic moment of that element first and then we integrate that, right? So the magnetic moment of that element means, before going to that, let us write the charge present on that element here. So charge on, so that means charge, let us write here. This is all calculation we are writing for small element. For small element, this charge dq is equal to sigma into area of that. Sigma is the surface charge density. Sigma into area of that element you need to write. So the area of that element is nothing but 2 pi r dr, right? Circumference into that width of that element. And therefore this that is the charge value. Therefore current we can write this as current due to that small element di is equal to dq into omega by 2 pi. So this is we wrote many times dq by t. The t is 2 pi by omega. So I am writing like this. So dq value you can substitute there. Then it is 2 sigma r omega into dr. That means this 2 pi will be cancelled once if you substitute the dq value there, right? And so now the magnetic moment we are writing here. Magnetic moment. So the magnetic moment dm value you can write it as di into pi r square, right? The di into area of that element you need to write. So then substitute that and let us integrate that expression there. So therefore this di is equal to sigma 2 sigma into omega into pi r cube dr. That means here already r is there and this r is there. So then this we need to integrate here. Therefore this total magnetic moment will be 2 pi sigma omega into integral of r cube dr. This is from 0 to capital R you need to write. So that means now it is pi r power 4 sigma into omega by 2 you need to write. That means actually 4 you will get there. R power 4 by 4, and in that I am cancelling that 2 here. So that this is a magnetic moment in terms of the sigma here. In terms of the surface charge density, this is a magnetic moment here, right? Now actually here you can also write it in another way. That is another method what I am saying here. No need of doing such a calculation here. So see the second method for this. So just we can use our ratio here. That means we know this m by L is equal to q by 2m, right? We know the ratio already. So therefore from this m is equal to q by 2m into L, where L is the moment of magnetic moment, angular momentum you need to write here. Then now this q is nothing but sigma is given for us. So then q value you can write as sigma into pi r square you can write. So I am writing this q value as sigma into pi r square by 2m into L. That L value you need to write it as I omega. I is the moment of inertia of this disc. That means this value is q by 2m into I omega you need to write, where I is the moment of inertia. So moment of inertia of the disc is mr square by 2 into omega, right? So that is this is a moment of inertia into this omega we are writing here, right? And so therefore this value you can write this as so this is m is equal to, then you can write this expression as sigma into pi r power 4 omega by 4. I think here we did some mistake here. This is yeah, here the mistake is there here. This once if we substitute here, then this 2 will be cancelled. So here 2 is not there here. And so then this 2 is not there, then 4 you will get here. Check this. Just we are substituting, we need to substitute this dq value here. So once if we substitute the dq value, then this 2 pi and 2 pi will be cancelled there. So no 2 will be there here. So then there you will get that 5. So then this is without integration. Now you can calculate this magnetic moment like this. So directly we can use that ratio here. So is it clear now? So that means this indicates that for this disc also now that ratio will be q by 2m only, right? So just instead of charge density, instead of charge, that charge density is given. Now we are writing in terms of that charge density there, right? And so next to see this another problems here based on this. Now let us take like an arrangement in the form of a cone. Let us take here. Or first let us take a sphere. After that I will explain the cone. So write that problem. Consider a sphere of radius r uniformly charged with the surface charge density sigma. Uniformly charged with the surface charge density sigma. If the sphere is rotating with this angular velocity omega about with the angular velocity omega about its diameter, then find magnetic moment of this sphere, magnetic moment of this sphere, right? So that means we discussed the disk now. Now this is a sphere here. For the sphere, we are going to calculate this magnetic moment here. So let us write simply, let us cancel, it's a surface charge density is given, so you can write it easily. So let us do by both the methods here. Suppose I am taking a small element here. This is a small element what I am taking here. So then this is the theta I am considering there. So this is the d theta. So then this radius of this small r I am taking there. That means if you consider like that, then you will get a circular ring, you will get there, ring element you will get, right? So for that ring element, now I am going to write the current, charge and the current, and then magnetic moment calculations. Is it clear? So now first let us see this for the small element. So for that small element, now let us write this charge. So charge dq is equal to, for the small element charge dq means then sigma into 2 pi r, right, 2 pi smaller into dr. The dr means this width of this element we need to write here, this radius we are taking as r. So this width you can write as r d theta there, right, that width of that element. So that width of that element I am writing it as r d theta. And this small r also actually you can write there, that small r also you can write this as r sin theta, you can write. By using this right angle triangle here, by using that right angle triangle, you can write that small r is equal to r sin theta. So let us substitute that. Then 2 pi into sigma into r square sin theta d theta you will get. Just we are substituting small r is equal to r sin theta, we are substituting there. And next let us write this current here. So current, the di is equal to dq into omega. So right. So again dq means you need to substitute, and again this 2 pi and 2 pi will be cancelled. Sigma r square into omega into sin theta d theta. Now again the magnetic moment calculation here. The magnetic moment you can write as the magnetic moment for this small element only. So magnetic moment dm is equal to di into pi r square you need to write, right? So that's pi r square, small r square you need to write. So therefore it is di means sigma r square omega into sin theta d theta into this pi r square means then again this value I can write this as r sin theta whole square. And so therefore this dm is equal to pi r power 4 into sigma into omega into sin cube theta d theta. Is it clear? So sin cube theta d theta we are writing there. And so now you can integrate this equation here, then you can simplify this further here. That means now this m is equal to, you can write this as pi r power 4 into sigma into omega into this, you will get sin cube theta d theta. I think all of you can solve this sin theta d theta value. And now the theta value, now you can limits you can take from 0 to pi, you can consider here, from here to here if you are writing there, right? So the magnetic moment of whole sphere if you are writing, then from 0 means you will be here, and 0 pi means you will be here. So that you will get this total sphere there, complete sphere you will get. So then you simplify that, then you will get the magnetic moment equation there. And you can also solve by this our q by m relation there, right? So I think all of you can integrate this sin cube theta, or let us simply see the integration of the sin cube theta here to simplify this. So the sin cube theta d theta, you can write this as integral of sin square theta into sin theta d theta, and this expression you can write this as say 1 minus cos square theta into sin theta d theta, right? And here generally now we use the substitution method, like let u is equal to, you can take this cos theta value here, therefore the du is equal to minus sin theta d theta. And so let us use that in that substitution. Therefore, integral of sine cube theta d theta value is 1 minus u square into then this sine theta d theta value can replace with this minus du here, so that I can write this as minus du. And then just that integrate this equation here, then you can write this minus of u. I am taking that minus common, then integral of 1 is u, and integral of this u square is nothing but u cube by 3 you will get. But our u is nothing but cos theta there. Therefore, this value what you can write is cos cube theta by 3 minus cos theta you can write, right? So that is our integral of sine cube theta d theta value. I think as integration is completed for you, all of you can solve this easily. Now substitute that limits there, right? So then our limits are nothing but, so therefore now our m value is nothing but, now I am substituting this value in this equation, pi into r power 4 into sigma into omega into, now that integration value is cos cube theta by 3 minus cos theta, and limits we need to write here, this is from 0 to pi, the limits are. And so therefore you can write this as pi r power 4 into sigma into omega into, and now this cos cube theta we need to write there. So cos cube theta means then cos pi if you substitute, then you will get minus 1 whole cube means minus 1 only you will get. So this is minus 1. And then if you substitute that 0, then minus 0, 1 you will get. So minus, similarly this value is minus 1 and minus 1 you will get, right? And so this totally this expression is nothing but pi r power 4 sigma omega into minus 2 by 3, and this is plus 2 you will get. And so that means here minus of minus plus you will get there, right? So that means then you will get that expression as, therefore this m is equal to 4 by 3 pi r power 4 sigma into omega you can write. So that is the magnetic moment of this sphere here. That means when a hollow sphere is rotating with this angular velocity omega about its axis, then its magnetic moment is given by like that. Now instead of doing all this, if you are using that q by m ratio, so let us see that one also. This is the general procedure to calculate that. And so now here instead of that, so now here for this, instead of this I am taking this as ratio of magnetic moment to, let us write it as a second method there. So second method. Second we are using that ratio, second method in the sense. So we know this q by m is equal to, that means m by l is equal to q by 2m. Therefore from this m is equal to magnetic moment, this is sigma into 4 pi r square by 2m into I omega, this L means, and therefore this is sigma into 4 pi r square. Let us do the simplification later. Now this I is nothing but moment of inertia. Moment of inertia of the hollow sphere is 2 by 3 pi r square into omega. So then let us say this will be cancelled here, and so then you can write this expression as m into this is 4 pi, sorry, mr square here, 2 by 3 mr square, then this m will be cancelled, 4 pi by 3 sigma into r square omega you will get. So which is nothing but r power 4, r square and r square is there, r power 4, so which is nothing but our expression which we derived by the previous method here. So that means just if you are using this ratio, then see that we are getting in a single step almost. So that means, but whereas if you are doing this integration, this much calculation is required there, right? So that is in case of the hollow sphere. And next similarly let us see in case of non-conducting sphere when volume charge density is given. And let us see in case of a conducting sphere, let us see here, there is one interesting thing you need to note here. So let us write for in case of a conducting sphere. This is a conducting solid sphere. So now this is a hollow sphere here. For a hollow sphere, charge will be distributed on its surface, right? So now here what I am saying is, So you may mention that as a note there. So write that as a note. If sigma is a surface charge density of a, mention that point there, if sigma is a surface charge density of a solid sphere, solid conducting sphere, or let us write in terms of Q, just a minute, in terms of Q let us write so that you can compare that ratio there. Just mention, if you mention that if Q is the charge distributed on a, if Q is the charge distributed on a surface of a non-conducting, conducting surface of a conducting sphere of radius r, conducting sphere of radius r, conducting sphere of radius r. Mass of this solid sphere is m. Mass of this solid sphere is m. That means it is a solid sphere we are taking there. Then the ratio of its magnetic moment to angular momentum is given by, its magnetic moment to angular momentum is given by is the condition. What I am taking is clear. The previous problem which we derived is for a hollow sphere. That means charge will be distributed on the surface only. Now I am taking it as a solid sphere, but it is a conducting solid sphere. Conducting solid sphere means charge will be distributed only on the sphere. Even though it is a solid sphere, the charge will be distributed only on the surface there. That means the magnetic moment calculation you will get the same because charge is still on the surface only. So I am taking that magnetic moment directly from this expressions here. So therefore this magnetic moment m is equal to 4 by 3 pi r power 4 into sigma into omega you can write. Now in terms of the charge I am writing here because we need to compare the Q by 2m ratio. So then out of this here 4 pi r square into sigma you can write as Q. So that means Q omega r square by 3 you will get, because that Q is equal to sigma into 4 pi r square. Is it clear? In this 4 pi r square into sigma I am taking it as m. Now the angular momentum we need to write here. Angular momentum, that angular momentum L is equal to, you can write that angular momentum as I omega. Therefore this I is nothing but for solid sphere 2 by 5 mr square into omega. So now let us write this ratio here. M by L is equal to, so M by L is equal to Q omega R cube by 3 by, this is 2 by 5 m r square into omega, right? And so then this value is r square. So then r square omega term will be cancelled, so that this expression you will get like 5q by 6m. So that means out of that what we can consider is m by L is equal to, I can write this as 5 by 3 into Q by 2m you can write, right? So that is a case there. 5 by 2m into, that means it is, what we can write is from this m by L is 5 by 3 means you will get greater than 1, that means more than 1 you will get. So it will be greater than this Q by 2m you will get here, right? So that is a case in case of a solid conducting sphere. Solid conducting sphere, that means you need to note that for this it will be, and it is not equal to, that ratio is not equal to Q by 2m here. Why it is not equal to Q by 2m means the distributions are not similar. The charge is distributing only on the surface, but mass is distributing throughout this sphere here. But whereas in the previous hollow sphere problem, even though the charge is distributed on the surface and mass will also be only distributed on the surface there. If charge is there throughout its volume, like non-conducting sphere if you are taking, for non-conducting sphere still that ratio will be valid there. M by L is equal to Q by 2m only you will get, right? And so then again you will get this m by L means you will get this similar calculation here. That means m by L that means this is the case where this m by l is equal, m by l is ratio is not valid here. That means m by l is not equal to q by 2m. So note that clearly here. For a solid conducting sphere means automatically charge will be distributed on the surface only. M by L is not equal to Q by 2M. So actually it will be greater than this Q by 2M. So the reason is the distributions are different. Mass is distributed even though throughout the volume, but charge is distributed only on the surface there, right? And so then this is the important point you need to write there. Sometimes they will ask this ratio here. For remaining all cases, we will get this that q by 2m only. So for such a type of cases where charge is distributed on the surface and mass is there throughout the volume, then you will get such a confusions there. That means then you will get this ratio is not equal to that q by 2m there, right? For remaining all cases, it will be q by 2m only. So especially for this conducting sphere, you need to remember this ratio here. It will be greater than this q by 2m you will get, right? And then a few more problems are there based on this, such a similar calculations are there, and I will explain them in the next class, right? Thank you.